Hi, I'm Judy. Welcome to April in 2023 on Go with Yin Yoga. We're going to start with a really short Yin Yoga practice, just a few postures. And then I'm going to tell you what's coming up in April. And I'm really excited about it, and I hope that you really enjoy what we're going to do. To begin with, have a bolster or some blankets nearby, but come and just slowly and gently transition into laying on your back if that's comfortable for you. You can also be sitting up if that feels more comfortable for you. And I'm going to suggest taking one hand to your belly, one hand to your chest. Let the rest of the body relax. And notice which rises first when you breathe. Is it your belly or is it your chest? If it's your chest, we're going to work on switching into your belly rising first. That is the most efficient way to breathe. It's the way you bring in the most oxygen. It's the way you get rid of the most carbon dioxide. But most of us just don't breathe that way unless perhaps you played an instrument as a child, as I did. So begin to breathe into your belly. Breathing in and out through your nose. Feeling your belly rise as you inhale. And then come back down towards the earth as you exhale. Now let that go. And as you inhale, feel the side of your body moving away, your ribs moving away from each other. So inhale. And just feel your lungs, the back of your lungs expanding on that mat and then coming back together as you exhale. It may be difficult at first if you're just not used to it, and that's okay. With practice, you get used to it. And then finally, breathe into your chest and all the way up to your collarbones. Really feeling that expansion around your heart, your upper chest getting broader. And now let's put all three breaths together. So inhale into your belly, side ribs, collarbones. And then exhale, collarbones, side ribs, belly. 2 more times. This is called Durga breath. Inhale, belly, side ribs, collarbone. Exhale, collarbone, side ribs, belly. Last time. Inhale, belly, side ribs, collarbone. Exhale, collarbones, side ribs, belly. And then let your hands fall off of your body. Let that breathing pattern go. Bend your knees, take the soles of your feet to your mat, and then slowly roll over onto one side and begin to push yourself up. Go ahead and grab the bolster if you have that, or some pillows, or a bunch of folded blankets or yoga blankets. Go ahead and sit on top of them, hopefully a little more gracefully than me. And take your hands behind you. We're coming into supported bridge. Slowly come down onto your elbows and then all the way down on your back. And you can just release here. Arms are out by your sides, by your hips. Allow yourself to just deeply relax into the mat. Allow yourself to ground, to get focused, to transition from everything that may have happened before this moment, and just allowing yourself to be and be supported. In supported bridge, you are getting into your spleen and stomach meridians, which are associated with the earth element. And it's always good to come back to your spleen and your stomach in between seasons. Because we don't, calendar says spring. It doesn't mean it feels like spring, as you may notice from what I'm wearing. Although it's actually quite a nice day. But where I live, it takes spring a really long time to arrive, sometimes not till summer. And if you'd like, you can stretch one leg out and then the other for our final minute in this pose. Or just remain with knees bent. And then take the soles of your feet together. Push into your feet to raise your hips and gently take that bolster out from underneath. You can sit up on your bolster in our next posture. Go ahead and turn to face the long end of your mat. I definitely suggest you sit up on something. I have a slightly thinner pillow that I am sitting on. And it just raises the hips enough to be comfortable in this posture, dragonfly. You can grab that bolster and you can just take it right here and allow your head to relax into the bolster, which is what I'm going to suggest. You can also use a couple blocks. You can put them in front of you. You can stack one on top of the other. You can stack one the long way and then one horizontally above it, to make a little T and place your forehead on top of it. Just play around with it. This is moving into your liver meridian, which corresponds to the wood element according to traditional Chinese medicine. So we're moving from being grounded to expanding and growing. And if you have your forehead on some sort of prop, go ahead and slowly and gently ease that upwards. Come off of whatever you may be sitting on. I'm going to remain on that because I'm going to be discussing what I have for you in April. But go ahead and turn to face the short end of your mat and gently transition into Savasana, laying on your back or your stomach, however is most possible, most comfortable for you. Give yourself this time. It may be the only few minutes in the day you have just for yourself. So what's going on in April? We are wrapping up the koshas. And if you don't know what the koshas are, in March we went through the first 4 koshas, and there's an introduction to the koshas video. I will link that up in the description box and probably somewhere in this video. So we are wrapping, there are 5 koshas, and we are starting off April with Anandamaya kosha, and that is your bliss body. So I have like 3 practices that are aimed at feeling really good. And specifically that first one should feel very blissful. Not, oh my God, I'm in love, blissful, but just that quiet, things are going right, I'm in the flow, that kind of bliss. And after that, the next 2 weeks, I have 2 practices where we're moving through all 5 layers of the body in the entire practice. One of those is at the wall, one of my favorite ways to practice Yin Yoga. After that, we're moving into 2 practices. One is aimed at the spleen and stomach meridians, once again the earth element, which is a great way to transition between seasons. That's what I was searching for. And the other one is actually aimed at our kidney and bladder meridians. And that one is actually the elements, the meridians that are associated with winter. Because like I said in the beginning, most places do not move right from winter into spring. Of course, some places stay in spring year-round, some stay in summer year-round. But if you live in an area that has 4 seasons, you may go back and forth. Some days may be winter, some days may be spring, some mornings may be winter, some evenings may be spring. It's a difficult transitional time. So that's why I created those practices the way they are. They happen to have minimal talking from me. Yes! I made a concentrated effort to mostly talk in the beginning and at the end, and just to transition between postures. And I would really, really, really love it if you would leave a comment for me below and tell me which you prefer. Do you enjoy the stories and little tidbits that I share, or would you like to have more time in silence? Both are great. And I know a lot of people really like that time in silence, and I always strive to give you some time in silence, except maybe today. Those 2 practices are going to have a lot of hip work as well. They're really, really great for runners. You do not have to be a runner to enjoy them. I happen to be a runner, so that's why I create a lot of practices that are really great for runners. With that said, I'm going to give you just a couple of minutes in silence, and then I will bring you out of Savasana. And I hope you are looking forward to April as much as I am. Allow your breath to deepen. Feel all the points of your body that are supported by the mat, where they connect to the earth. Notice if anything has shifted for you during this very short practice. And begin to take any small movements that you need. Taking the head a little back, nodding your chin to your chest, going from side to side, wiggling fingers and toes, waking up the body, maybe circling wrists and ankles one direction, then the other direction. And slowly bend your knees, bringing the soles of your feet to your mat. Gently allow your body to roll over to one side. Cradle your head on your lower arm for just a few breaths. And then push into your hands, walking your body upright, nice tall spine. Inhale, bring the palms of your hands together in front of your heart, pushing those middle fingers into each other, uniting body, mind, and spirit. Slightly bowing your head over your hands, and then allow your eyes to blink open. Taking in the floor, raising your mat, taking in the rest of your room. Checking in with yourself to see how you feel even after such a short practice as this one. You do not have to practice for 60 minutes, 90 minutes to feel a difference. And even better, if you're consistent with your practice, even if it's short, you're really over time going to notice a difference. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and click the like button. If you'd like to practice with me again, if you want to be informed of when those April practices are live, go ahead and click the subscribe button and the bell. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from suffering. And may you have an amazing spring.